And you can tell as Harrison Barnes joins us, just the video just started. I just want to know what it's a vet move, whether you mean to or not. Just look at that definition right there.
I mean, I try to, invest in good companies that I like, and I may have to do a cleaning service based off this.
I can't. I don't. There's.
Oh, there's nothing to see.
But right before we got on, I had a smudgy
there was
camera.
A lot of schmutz on there.
Harrison goes over with his jersey, and
no, that's the new one.
The new one, even it's
the high fabric. Was able to get that camera real nice. I think it was the pizza was just
this greasy pizza stains. And you know what they say? You're a team player. That's an example right there.
It's the little things.
It's the little things.
I mean, Kevin Herter's working on his hair. I got to make sure when he comes over here, he's
yes.
looking good on camera. Mm-hmm. He's probably gonna look over there and do his little thing that he always does.
The headband.
I think you got it. He's like got a complex now. Didn't you make him? We unveiled the chain last year. Now he wasn't wearing that today, was he?
He was not. We checked. He was not wearing the chain.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. What's going on with that, man? I mean, he's not a rookie anymore, so it's one of the. But on the other hand, it's like if you're gonna wear it, right?
Yeah. It's just things you have to deal with these days.
It's
kids these days.
Kids. We honestly, speaking of vet moves, right when we got here, so media started at 1. I think they brought you over here at like 11:55 and we weren't set up yet. So it's like, okay, you can catch him later. We were talking earlier, like that's a vet move. If you go around to all the media people early and they're like, oh, I was already there. You weren't ready. Sorry. And then you can get out early. Already. Not calling you out. I'm just saying I'm complimenting you. That's great.
A lot of guys, duck media, I just try to give availability. So
sure.
I gave it a little bit of availability, but you guys are my guys.
I appreciate that.
I'm come back around.
It's great.
Now, that group over there,
yeah.
I don't know about that. That's free for all.
That's a bunch of exactly.
Dicey.
You're not come out alive of that group.
Dicey.
How was your off season, friend?
Off season was good.
Yeah,
it was good. Able to get in the gym, healthy. We've had a couple different team camps, so that's been good to bond with guys, and it's good to be back.
Any fun? Any trips? Any family trips? Or
I took a few family trips. Went down to Southern California a little bit. Just out and about. So it was nice to be able to change scenery a little bit, but it's good to be home.
We talked to some players and it was like, oh, I worked on this thing and I added 10 pounds. And then, players have different things they do in the off season. Does it get to a point with you, not that you're some, old guy, but you've been in the league a few years. Are your off seasons a little bit different now than they were the first 3-4 years?
I think it's better. I think you work more efficiently, you work smarter.
Yeah.
But in terms of I think I understand what you're saying. It just comes down to winning.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the guy does in the offseason,
right.
They do this, they do that, they change their hairstyle, they do a variety of things that someone may do. It's like, as long as you come back, you're still contributing to helping the team win.
Sure.
That's really all that matters.
I know the business of the sport, obviously, it's a business. And so you had a decision to make. Organization had a decision to make. I think we're all happy that you're back. How, I don't know, trying was a decision for you, for them. Just you've got to weigh everything what's best for you. How did that all work?
I think in this league, as we've seen in the last couple of days, right, things change so much. And to come here technically 5 seasons ago, 4.5 years ago, to go through all the ups and downs, to be at a place now where, you're able to re-sign and be back with this team, you just don't see that often. And, it's great to be able to be back in this place, a place where, I've grown a lot as an individual, as a player, seen a lot of things happen in this franchise, and to finally be here, on the upswing, I think it's an honor.
I thought about you a bit this summer, Harrison, because, and we've talked enough. We're not gotcha radio. We're not trying to get a headline, but I thought about you in the shot in the playoffs, and I thought about what you went through with the Warriors and some of the things that may or may not were said. I don't want to get into the drama. Yeah. And I honestly went, you know what? I don't know the answer to this question. Harrison, 50% has been thinking about it for a while, that how the game ended, or 50% 5 minutes after the game he was done with it, it was out of his head. And I've been waiting to ask you, how did the aftermath for you mentally go into the offseason?
Yeah, I think so. We're talking about game 4.
Yeah.
No, so that shot, obviously, that was just, it's gut wrenching, right? To miss that shot and things like that. But also, it's gut wrenching to lose game 7.
Sure.
To come home and to lose that way, obviously, lost in the finals that way as well. So, it's tough to have that obviously you go into free agency, right? You just never know what may happen, right?
Yeah.
Teams can go any types of ways. So I think when you look at it all in the scope of, was an experience that you prepared for? Yes. Was the result what you wanted? No. Can you take something from it, learn from it, and grow from it? Yes. And it's nice to be back into this situation again, where you're with guys who you can go and build off, because like I said, the last time, you know, you weren't able to have that, you know, you're in a whole different situation, having to recalibrate and do all that type of stuff. So I think that's just part of the game. But, you know, you had those moments where, they seem really big at the time, but then as the years go on, as the experiences go on, you realize that life continues to go on. You have to continue to reinvent yourself, continue to get better, continue to move forward.
What do you hope that you and your teammates learn from that? Because, I mean, it was a great series, a great season. The hope is, okay, you got to go through it sometimes. So what do you hope that you guys took from that?
We can't start there, unfortunately. It would be great we come back into here and all of a sudden we're playing a playoff game, you know, on October 25th. But we're not, you know, we're at game one. You know, we have to once again start the journey of another 82 game season. So for us, it's continuing to lay the groundwork, you know, continue to have our eyes set on, you know, look, we need another season where we're pushing 50 wins, we're efficient offensively, we're improving defensively, we're preparing ourselves for the postseason. And how do we do that every single day? And I think that's our biggest challenge and opportunity this year is, can we have that same focus this season as opposed to last season, where you're trying to end a drought, you're trying to get all the naysayers, you're trying to reestablish our identity coming into the season.
So we talked to HB Harrison Barnes, and you know, it's different for you, this question. We've asked a couple of the younger guys about the atmosphere last year for the playoffs. Now, for them, a lot of them, it was the craziest they've ever seen. Yeah. And for you, you've been in the biggest of big environments. What was it like having come over here from Dallas, which seems like so long ago, 16 years of playoff drought, when you heard that for game one? I imagine it hit you a little bit different, knowing that you were a part of bringing that drought to an end.
I mean, it was, I mean, that crowd was nuts. Yeah. I mean, you know, you still almost, get chills just thinking about that. I mean, just walking out. And I mean, that was like an NBA finals level loudness that was in there. I mean, these people everyone's on their feet, and I mean, screaming. Like, usually you go out, 20 minutes on the clock, people are still at the concessions, they're kind of slowly moseying down to the seats. Everybody was standing up screaming. And I mean, that experience, I mean, if you could just bottle that up and just experience that, it was nothing like that. And I mean, it was a really special experience for a fan base that had been waiting a very long time.
Yeah.
Can you, I mean, obviously you hear it, you feel it. Do you sense a tangible difference? Like when you're still running around chasing Wiggins or Curry, but do you go like, I just got another little lift because these people are going crazy? Can you feel that?
Absolutely. I mean, you got to do it for the city. You know what I mean? You got to do it for the fans. I mean, when you have people out there that are screaming like that, I mean, something had to be wrong for you, wrong in your mind to be like, all right, cool, let me just focus on me. I mean, it just becomes so much bigger than you. You know what I mean? And I think just to be able to have that experience, but also, have that pain of a loss and to have the motivation to want to extend that experience, to be able to go past the first round, to be able to give these fans in this community, more of that experience, I think is huge.
In talking to you, it's always one of our favorite conversations because you're so very nice and you can break everything down so wonderfully. But you're also a very steady personality. And so you have your like Tim Duncans or your Keegan Murrays, for example, they're very low key. You're not that low key, there's that charisma to you, but it does make me wonder, same with them. Do you ever trash talk on the floor? And when people trash talk, right? Like, I can't imagine that, in all respect, but you don't seem like that, but do you? A little bit?
Well, if Keegan is Tim Duncan, I'm probably more of the Monte Ginobili. You know what I mean? One thing I'll say about mine is, he wouldn't talk crazy, but he would definitely mix it up with you.
Right, right.
If the opportunity was there. So,
pick your spots.
Yeah, man. It's just
ain't happening.
None I'm gonna say on the record.
We're trying to out, we're trying to break it, to all right, we haven't done, you know what, that's in the past, and we got a little target on our backs. Like, is the attitude a lot different this year than last year as far as where you're going?
Well, I think really, honestly, in the West, I think you have every team outside of Denver saying we can be better.
Yeah.
You know, we had this, we had that. Doing, if not repeat, wouldn't necessarily mean you know, the third seed. I don't mean or this many wins or whatever. I mean, like, we want to be, you know, just as efficient offensively.
Sure.
We want to improve defensively. You know, that's what we want to do in the regular season to prepare for the playoffs. And I think that's our mindset. And I think the West is tough. It's gonna be a great opportunity for us because there's a lot of motivation in all parts.
Well, we're so glad you're back.
Yes.
We really appreciate you coming back. And I know I speak for a lot of the fans too. Can't wait. It's a long road to April, but hopefully we can get those goosebumps again. So be safe out there. Have a blast.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. That's Harrison Barnes, window cleaner and also professional basketball player.
Oh,
thanks as always. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Take care. Oh, you know, before I forget, who would I go through? Would it be? This is so inappropriate, but you remember Phil Oates? Okay, so he wanted to get with your guys about something. Would I go through Shannon? Would she have your people's contacts? Is that the right person? Awesome. Just wanted to make sure. He says to say hello, by the way. Yeah, I mean, who? Come on.
He's everyone's guy.
Wait, yeah, exactly. Until you get him on the golf course, then you better watch it. Watch your wallet, bro.
I don't bet.
Take care.